Hi, parents and guardians. Welcome to our first virtual Meet the Teacher. This is our open house for Oviedo High School. So I'm Mrs. Petty, and just to give you a little bit of information of who I am so that you know who the teacher is working with your student this year, I am very proud to say that I am representing Seminole County Public Schools. I'm a graduate from one of our local high schools. I earned my master's degree from UCF. I absolutely have a passion for reading, writing, any of the arts, film, humanities, foreign language, and I really feel that in order to embrace English this year, we're going to be adding several of the arts into the class itself. In addition to that, I'm a Google certified educator, and I like to find unique and innovative ways to incorporate the technology into our class lessons so that they're meaningful to the students. It's something that they're able to apply not only to this class, but also to the other classes, but also thinking about those future ready skills. So I teach English half of the day. The other half of the day, I'm actually coaching and training teachers to find unique methods and to apply these different styles, especially with technology, into their own classrooms so that we meet the needs of all of our students. This is definitely an exciting year. It's an interesting year. This is also my 20th year of teaching, so I'm very excited and thrilled to be here. I can't think of a better job, and I certainly can't think of a better place to be than Oviedo High School. So as far as contact information, communication absolutely is the key to student success. I have expressed to the students that I would prefer them to go ahead and email me. I've asked that they start to take that ownership too. And anytime they're emailing me, to go ahead and CC you on it. That way we keep the open lines of communication. As far as some highlights for this year, besides vocabulary, grammar, writing, you can see here that Q1, we're going to be looking at a collection of short stories. In Q2, we're going to be reading the novel Animal Farm. Q3, the novel Odyssey. And then Q4 will end with Romeo and Juliet. Now, we do have a class copy of these novels. However, it is to the students' advantage to have their own copy. So if there is a way they can purchase, that way they can go ahead and annotate right in the text. But again, we do have a class copy if the students need that. As far as access to the course itself, everything goes through eCampus. And I've told the students all roads lead to eCampus through your Google Drive, meaning that they always need to open up their Google Drive first, and then they'll have access to the documents and the videos that I've created that are embedded inside of eCampus. So looking at our screen here, first thing students have to do every day is to take attendance. They're going to see that button right here. So our Connect students will just click on that. They'll go ahead and fill out the Google form. For our face-to-face students, they have two choices. They can either scan the QR code on the desk, or they can go ahead and use their app on their phone and work the same way that our Connect students are. As far as the buttons and how to navigate through eCampus itself, there's the email information under Contact Me. About the course, these are the policies, procedures, class expectations, those things that we did the first week of school to make sure that they're starting out on a successful path. The assignments and due dates, that's the number one area students are going to head to. Everything is embedded in there for them. I've planned for that remote learning for the distance that we may or may not have, especially with Seminole Connect, and in case a student is absent. So everything will be housed in there. And then additional resources, these are little mini video tutorials that I will continuously create for the students to help them either with a skill that they might struggle with, how to navigate, how to maybe submit something that they haven't done before. So all those little extra guides and supports are built into that additional resource section. As far as the grading policy this year, so 70%, the bulk of the class, is based on tests, quizzes, projects, writing assignments, any in-class type assignment. So that's 70%. Homework, there's not going to be a whole lot of homework because I really want their thoughts in that critical thinking, the digging deep in class. So when they do have homework, I've expressed to them it is really important. I typically don't assign homework and it's due the next day. It will be that you have, a period of time to get that done. I know they have busy schedules. I also have a busy schedule, but when we do have that homework, it's because we're applying it to something else. So independent reading assignments do count as homework. If I give that homework, it might be on a Monday and it's due the following Thursday or Friday kind of thing. So they're going to have multiple days and sometimes even weeks to get that homework done to then apply it so we can dig deeper with the content itself. And then, of course, our 9 weeks exam, that's created by the county. That's the additional 20% of the bulk grade. In addition to that, I do want to just remind the students and to let you know that plagiarism is copying someone else's words without citing your source. I expect the students to need to be able to cite their sources. That's why we're here. We're teaching proper MLA citation as well, but they do need to give credit to where credit is due. So if any time when the students are submitting their work, we do have a plagiarism detector through eCampus. If they are found plagiarizing, I will conference with the student. It is an automatic 0, and sometimes it might even result in a discipline referral as well. So just something to avoid. I am a huge fan and component of providing the students with choice and voice. There's going to be multiple opportunities where it's kind of a choose your own adventure in this class where students can choose option A or option B. The reason is I know we all learn very differently. I want the students to, one, make informed decisions and kind of take what they need. So I feel like I'm giving them a buffet of learning options, and they're going to take the items that nourish their own brain. So at times it might be a test option, A, B, or C. Pick the one that you feel can showcase your best learning. Other times with the voice, so important in this class, especially since we have a combination of face-to-face and connect, that they're able to share their thoughts and to be able to share their perspective. Because hearing it one way from one student and a different way from another student, that helps us really get these concrete ideas down. In addition to that, love to have fun in this class. It's the arts of language arts. So there's going to be some digital escape rooms and some other fun collaborative activities too that the students will have the opportunity to join in. As far as extra credit, I do offer extra credit. It typically will be something to enrich and to help the students dig even deeper with our studies. So for example, our first piece of literature that we're going to be reading, The Most Dangerous Game, bonus, go ahead and watch this video here. This is the original 1932 video, and then they'll record the information if they're inclined to do that. So many times there's going to be extra credits. Typically, I like to give extra credit about 3 times per 9 weeks. So you ready to meet our class? Here goes. So this essentially is what our class looks like. Sneak peek here for you. So we do have our dividers. Safety and security is absolutely the most important thing in this class. We do have the 10-minute break in between each to go ahead and to sanitize the class, to spray everything down, to clean everything thoroughly. In addition to that, you can see from the picture here, we do have the partitions. Right now, we have anywhere between 20 and 25 students in our face-to-face. And in addition to that, here's our little sample here. We also have our Seminole Connect students. My smallest Seminole Connect class is 10, largest is 16. So we have fairly large numbers within our class. I'm really looking forward to building that bridge as far as everyone feels like they're part of the same class together. So I really appreciate the fact that the students have been very graceful and have exercised some patience as far as trying to figure out how are we going to navigate both parts. Additional class information related to Seminole Connect and face-to-face. Number one goal, as I just mentioned, is to build that positive relationship. I want the students to feel, all of the students to feel that they are one class. So that is something we'll continue to build activities to help them feel like they are one class, to share ideas and so forth. Obviously, the next goal would be to meet the needs of all the learners in the class. And this is something that's going to be done in both a synchronous and asynchronous lesson. There's going to be times that I am meeting just like this, and I'm conferencing with my Seminole Connect students while maybe face-to-face is doing something independent. And there may be times that as a whole class we're doing something together. So there's going to be a variety of items. Since we're on block schedule as well, there's going to be brain breaks built in for certain groups essentially. That way I can meet with a smaller group or an individual and provide them the support they need as well. Netiquette when it comes to using laptops, using computers and so forth, I am asking that any student that is joining us remotely in any way, whether they're absent for the day or they're participating in Seminole Connect or they're here on the laptops when we do have those, is that they're logging in promptly If they're using Seminole Connect, I do ask that they originally mute their mic. That way we don't have any extra feedback with that. Always open up that Google Drive because it helps you find all the documents in eCampus. Ask for help, of course, when needed. That's why I'm here, is to help them grow and learn. Patience, poise, and grace. And they have done an amazing job with that so far. And of course, to all of our Seminole Connect students and face-to-face students, that active participation definitely is needed to help them grapple through the text and to dig deeper to show growth. I do want to remind you, here is my email address. So if you have ever any questions, comments, or concerns, again, that communication between home and school is so important. And I thank you so much for joining our first virtual Meet the Teacher. Go Lions!